Welcome into PFF HQ. Austin Gayle here with senior analyst Steve Palazzolo. We're going into the Chicago Bears state of the franchise today, and I want to start in the trenches. In our recent offensive line rankings, they came in at number 9. I think above expectation maybe for some because they don't have a ton of big names. And I want to start at the offensive tackle positions first. Bobby Massey there and Charles Leno, both lowly drafted guys that have played way above expectation for them. And when you can get that kind of play from the offensive tackles with some good play on the interior, this offensive line is going to continue to play above expectation.
Yeah, I think this kind of sums up the entire Chicago Bears roster. It's just good and solid across the board. We said this back during draft time. No glaring needs that they needed to hit in the draft, and the O-line is the epitome of that. We always talk about at least being average to slightly above average on the offensive line. That's where the Bears are. That's a great place to be in today's NFL because there are so many bad offensive lines. Leno and Massey, again, they're not stars, but they're solid tackles, and when you add the interior of James Daniels heading into year 2, Cody Whitehair, Kyle Long, that is a good interior group. So the Bears will have a strength on the offensive line, but like I said, it's similar to the rest of the roster, just solid across the board.
And I'm glad you spoke to that interior. With James Daniels moving to center, Cody Whitehair, a former Kansas State guy that Renner really liked, he's playing above expectation there. And then Kyle Long didn't have a great year last year, but he's being identified as a bounce-back candidate by us on the site right now. What does that good, solid offensive line play do for this offense overall? Obviously, Trubisky, maybe the box score inflated, what his opinion of, or people's opinion of him is. They added a new running back in David Montgomery. Having that offensive line there, what do you think it does for Trubisky and company?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to help a little bit. Obviously, in pass protection, cleaner pockets for Trubisky, and then in the run game with David Montgomery. We loved him coming out of Iowa State there. The first pick the Bears made, the 3rd round running back. He is fantastic, creating his own yards. He did not run behind a good offensive line ever at Iowa State, and that was one of the things that helped us notice him, because he was creating yards after contact and getting hit at the line of scrimmage and still picking up 4. So running behind a good offensive line, it might actually be easier for David Montgomery in the NFL than it was in the Big 12, believe it or not. So Montgomery with Tariq Cohen back there in the backfield as well, combined with that offensive line, again, solid all around on the offense.
We'd be remiss to bring up the Bears without bringing up their defense. A fantastic year for Chicago on the defensive side of the ball, but as we've said, just how good Eddie Jackson was, turnovers and turning into defensive touchdowns. Regression is coming for this defense, but it's still a good defense in the NFL and should finish in the top half of the NFL, if not higher.
Yeah, it's one of those tough things to really wrap your head around, I think, as a fan or even as an analyst sometimes. The defense is so tough to bank on year over year. Something like the Jacksonville Jaguars, 2017, they were fantastic. They regressed a little bit. And it's not necessarily because of the players. Yes, they're losing Bryce Callahan in the slot, replacing him with Buster Skrine. I think that's a bit of a concern. Losing Vic Fangio, I think, could be a bigger concern than maybe people think. When you watch the Bears, they were so good on the back end, passing off routes, playing their zone concepts, communication. A lot of that stuff is coaching-centric. So even if they can maintain that with Chuck Pagano as the defensive coordinator, you expect them to take at least a little bit of a step back. But just like the rest of the roster, good secondary, good linebackers. Khalil Mack, of course, a star up front. So they're solid across the board on the defensive side. So again, one of the best rosters in the NFL.
In addition to that Fangio loss, you have Bryce Callahan leaving too, which I think he had a very good role in Chicago playing that zone scheme there for him. And regression is coming for that defense, but it's still going to be very good, and we can kind of bank on that. For more content like this from Pro Football Focus, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, or go ahead and go to the site at pff.com.